Hi, hello. We're maybe gonna be done with Cold Steel 2 after this stream, maybe? Supposedly there's one more dungeon, so it just depends on if it's gonna be a one stream thing or two. Gonna find out. As soon as GOG launches, because it doesn't want to right now. It's doing a real bad job at it. For some reason. It wants me dead. GOG is great because it doesn't work. Half the time. Hell yeah, send it. As a Tinkaton fan. Tinkaton? I know how to pronounce words. Okay. Almost there. Yeah, I don't know. Specifically, I was connected to my VPN. Which is, like, fine, I can stream with that, but it's more convenient to not have it on. So I disconnected that, which usually just means I have to, like, quickly stop streaming, start streaming. Sometimes I have to, like, reconnect my account. But, you know, all stuff that I can do pretty quickly. But for some reason... So a while back when I sent messages in chat on VPN, they wouldn't go through. But more recently, it stopped doing that. But I guess it started again? I don't know. I understand why they block messages from VPNs, but also it sucks ass. So... Long ago, these Pokemon were fairy psychic monks. This was until war broke out between Pokemon and an orange and blue alien species. Okay, we go. I think there might have been hangouts we got to do. I don't know. These monks self-cast a spell that banished these aliens into triangular crystals, however they're destined to eventually break out. No, but the monks knew how to destroy the crystals and the aliens at the same time. The constructive hammer is so powerful they're capable of completely crushing the toughest materials into less than fine powder. Yeah, powder. After this war, the monks no longer had interest in their culture and instead found joy in their new ways of smithing and violence. Hell yeah! Aliens.
Hey, Elliot. Taking care of your violin?
Actually voice acted.
Yeah, it's taken care of me over the past year, so why not return the favor?
It doesn't look like he's taking care of it. It looks like he's just playing it.
I'm actually planning on giving a few of them to the academy before I go. Just to make sure next year's first years have something to practice with.
You have multiple?
That's really generous, and sure to make a lot of people happy.
Why does this voice acting sound different?
You'll be heading off to a music academy, just like you always wanted. I bet they'll push you pretty hard over there, too.
I don't doubt it. I'm going to need to be all music all the time if I want to stand a chance at keeping up. Though, to be honest, after all the time I've spent here, I don't really want my life to be completely about music. I love it, obviously, but to be a balanced person, I want to have a bit more variety in my life, like I had here at the academy. For one thing, I don't want to get too rusty with my orbital staff.
Thank you, Kaza. Good to see you.
Good to hear. I hope everything works out for you.
Thanks. Me too.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's nothing. Either way, Heimdall and Trista are really close, so don't be a stranger, okay? I
Aww.
know you're gonna have tons of work to get through between your classes and your missions.
Oh, I did see the codes. I still have to actually enter them. Thank you for reminding me, though. And thank you, more importantly, for sending them. I appreciate it. It is interesting that they're... I'm assuming this isn't gonna be just Elliot who's going off to a different school, getting, you know, double degrees or whatever, but...
Don't worry, I'll make time. I'm sure we'll have plenty of chances to see each other.
Time skip, 10 years later.
There's still a ton of Heimdall I haven't seen, too. You'll have to show me around next time I make it over there.
Think of the hydrate.
You bet.
I mean, who can't relate, Para? Fiona and my friends over at the Music Academy have really helped me out with the work I need to do to enroll there. It'll be great to practice with them again. Between tomorrow's flea market and the chance to play with my old friends, I forgot about the flea market. I've got to make sure I'm up to snuff.
Hey, Machias. Working hard or hard?
I'll stop you right there. Of course I'm hard at work. Just look at the size of this book. If I can't internalize as much of it as possible while I'm here, I'm doomed to failure from the start.
And this is one of your new textbooks? Man, Heimdall's political academies don't mess around, do they? You'll be the youngest person there, right?
Most likely.
Goddamn.
I'd normally need to have graduated from Thor's with a bit more experience under my belt to have gotten in. There are a few Thor's grads there already, though. They take some every year. And as you might imagine, the recent political upheaval has the place swarming with applicants this year. The entrance exam was hard enough on its own, but that's just the tip of the iceberg.
Can't say I envy you. Still, I know you're going to be just fine. You're so smart that you can handle any subject they throw at you. Growing up with your dad should give you a leg up on the politics, too.
Yeah, no pressure there. Honestly, there are times when I think diving into things head first like this is a giant mistake.
What's wrong?
Oh, it's nothing. It's just... I know we're probably going to both be really busy with our own lives come spring, but let's make time to have lunch together once in a while or something. Okay?
Aww.
Studying is all well and good, but even I need a change of pace every now and again.
I think that can be arranged. The train from here to Heimdall only takes a half hour. I don't see any reason why we wouldn't hang out sometimes.
Then it's a date.
It's a date. I see. I'm still amazed that I managed to get into that academy in the first place. I applied expecting to fail, to be honest. But getting in at all is a blessing, so I'm going to work as hard as I can to make the most out of it. Words. Of course, I'm not the only one who will be swamped next year. Both of us will have to be careful not to burn ourselves out. He's a good kid. What you looking at?
Something on your mind, Eustace?
For the first time in a long time, no. I'm just taking a short break. Looking over an endless sea of documents can be rather tiring on the eyes.
Oh, are those the tax reports you mentioned?
Yikes.
Ordinarily, this would be my father's work, but His Majesty has yet to decide his fate. Rufus hasn't so much as glanced in Berea Hard's direction since he took his new job in Crossbell either. As such, the task falls to me.
Man, I knew everyone in our class had it pretty rough right now. You've got it roughest, no contest.
If my ego had its way, I would boast that filling in for my father is a simple and mundane task. But on top of the paperwork, I'll need to manage the provincial army and oversee the province as a whole. Then there's the matter of keeping the most stubborn of the nobility in check. I don't expect the first 6 months to be pleasant.
The fact that you're already thinking 6 months ahead is pretty impressive as it is. Standing in for Duke Alberea like that must take some real confidence. I know you'll manage, though.
That much is obvious.
What is it?
It's nothing. In the days to come, more people will be relying on you than ever before. But no matter who does so or what they ask, do not lose your pride as a noble. Act independently, your head held high. Maintain your pride and your autonomy, and I'm sure you'll be fine.
Thanks. I promise I will.
I'll hold you to that.
No promise of meeting later on, I see. My first 6 months back in Berea Hard will be likely entirely consumed by work. While I do have some trepidation about fulfilling my brother and father's duties, I have no choice but to try. I am a son of House Alberea, after all. This is a little sad. Just a little.
Are you finishing up your painting, guys?
Yeah, this is my last one. I want to make sure I'm completely satisfied with it before declaring it finished.
That's understandable. You're going to keep painting once you're back at home, though, right?
Well, I don't know how much time I'll have to set aside for it, but I intend to keep working on it, bit by bit. There's growing reason for concern in Calvert to the east of the Highlands, but all in all, things are more peaceful now than they were. I should be able to focus on painting my magnum opus.
Oh, is it going to be of Nord? If anyone can make a masterpiece of the Highlands, it'd be you.
That wouldn't be such a bad idea, but actually, I was intending to paint a picture of the Academy, its students, and the courageous.
A little easier considering you're at the academy.
You mean...
Now you're getting it. I want to capture the day we liberated the Academy. And once I've finished it, I fully intend to return to Erebonia with it in hand. What better way to forever memorialize this place as my second homeland?
Man, you really are amazing. Well, if you ever need reference materials, you know who to call. I can get pictures of anything you might need and send them over. I know you're talented, but that's a lot to paint off of just your memory.
I'd appreciate that.
Sweet. I'll be taking this painting back home with me once I'm done. It'll be nice to have a tangible memento of my time at this academy. And I hope it'll give everyone back home the courage they need to keep going. Okay, time to see the girls. Right? Yeah. Just making sure.
What's up, Milliam?
Oh, hey, Reen. It's nothing. I just feel kinda down.
Down?
Yeah. I was just thinking about how everyone was at dinner time. Sharon's food was really nice, and we all seemed like we were having a good time. But I don't know. It was weird, like we were all upset but didn't want to let it show.
Oh, so that's why. You really have grown so much these past few months. And not just mentally. I think you've gotten a little taller, too.
Maybe. About 2 rage or so? Judging by my specs, I'm not gonna get much taller than this, though. I'm
What?
Mini Milliam forever and ever.
Mini Milliam! She's just forever gonna be small. Good for her.
But you never know. Maybe I'll grow up to have boobies so big, I can use them as a shelf like Emma's.
Thanks, Milliam.
Something wrong?
Nah, not really. So, you've got a new mission starting next month, right?
Yep, I've got to go see how things are over out west. Duke Cayenne's been arrested, but it sounds like things are still pretty nuts over there. Oh, but guess what? I might get to go out to Liberl and Remiferia soon.
Remiferia?
What is it with you and blabbing classified information? Well, whatever. Just promise me you'll take care of yourself. Be sure to keep in touch. I'll always be right there when you need me, okay?
Righto, I promise. That goes double for you, mister. If you need me to bust you out of a jam, just say the word.
Aww. So sweet. I'm probably going to be really busy with all of my intelligence division work once we're done here. But I'll never be too busy to help you out if you wind up in trouble. So there's no need for you to feel lonely, okay? Aww.
Something on your mind, instructor?
You could say that. I've been mulling over how things are gonna be come next month, but all this soul searching's giving me a headache.
Well, it'll probably feel strange being back with the guild for the first time in 2 years, but I bet they'll be glad to have you back. Things are probably going to be rough over there, even with you taking up the bracer life again.
Interesting.
That's there. I can already see plenty of traveling abroad in my future after what happened over in Crossbow.
What is it with you and blabbing classified information? Children in warfare is against the Geneva Convention for multiple reasons. This is one of them. Yeah.
And I imagine it'll keep getting harder and harder for us bracers to operate here, too. What's with that sad puppy look? There's no reason for you to feel ashamed of what you've chosen to do. I'm proud to have a student like you who can stand up and make the tough choices life thrusts on us.
Thanks, instructor. I'll try to just grin and bear it for now.
Attaboy. Sticking it out through the hard times with a smile will put you on the fast track to becoming a great man. Just make sure you don't try to shoulder too much. All that'll do is turn you into a jaded grump. Everything in moderation, okay?
Thanks.
It's
I
yeah,
haven't
it's
joined
good
the intelligence
advice.
division, and I have no plans to. I'm gonna keep responding to their requests, but only if I'm comfortable doing what they're asking. And I can promise you, I'll never do anything that would put me in conflict with the guild or put innocents' lives at risk. I don't know what the future will bring for me, but that's the creed I want to stand by.
I know. Don't worry. No matter what happens, you'll always be my student. So go out there, live your life, and grow into such a heartthrob that I won't be able to take my eyes off you.
This is also that part's also pretty bad, Para. That's 2 things. But yeah. She's such a great character otherwise. But then she just... You can have, like, a teacher character who wants to find love and is, like, super lonely about it all the time and pathetic without doing that.
Feeling sad about leaving the lacrosse club behind?
Yeah, I was really into it by the end. I think it'll make for some wonderful memories to look back fondly on in the years to come.
I can imagine. Does that mean you're not going to keep up with lacrosse and Ruhr?
I don't think I'll be able to. As far as I'm aware, there aren't any local teams I could join. And even if there were, I doubt I'd have the time for sports. Just thinking about how busy I'll be makes my head spin.
At least it's not like Persona 5 yet, honestly.
No, scratch that. Being busy is all the more reason I need to make time for exercise.
Yeah, good luck with that. Helping out with the Rhineford group sounds like a recipe for one all-nighter after another.
Not just yet, actually. I won't be helping until Grandfather shows me the ropes. As I am now, I doubt I'll be able to do much at all in the way of rebuilding the company. But you can bet I'll leave Mother speechless with how much progress I've made in a year's time.
I'm sure you can if you put your mind to it. And I know Sharon will always be willing to help you out if you need her.
She probably would, but then she'd just tell everything she did to Mother.
Elisa?
Oh, don't worry about it. I was just thinking about how blessed I am. I've got a wonderful family, a great club I'm part of, all of you as my classmates.
Oh, right. It took me a long time to realize the same thing, too. We really are one and the same.
Yeah.
Aww.
Elisa?
It's nothing, honestly. I'm just feeling a bit emotional all of a sudden. I don't know what's gotten into me. Nothing's wrong, though. I promise.
But...
Still, let's both make the most of our free day tomorrow. It's the last one we'll ever have as a class. The last thing any of us want to do is end it with regrets.
Yeah, agreed. Let's make it a day to remember for both of us.
At least there's like a canon pair and it's these two. And there's like literally, it's like fine. For all the weird like Sarah being, and also Rean's sister and the princess being, at least. It's very bare minimum, but it's something.
Are those seeds you got there?
Yep, Adel gave them to me. They all came from the plants we grew in the gardening club. I'm just looking at what kinds there are here.
Really? That's really nice of her. It's kind of like you can take everything you've achieved over the past year with you.
Yeah, I wasn't even going to join a club until Adel found me relaxing and invited me. But I guess it wasn't so bad.
Don't you worry. I'll be sure to check on the gardening club every once in a while just to see how things are going.
Brent, I'll be implying you and Dave the teacher are here too. There... In at least 1 and 2 is not a paired ending. There's like you can dance with her and like the other students. She's one of the options. It's not that at the very least. But on the other hand, it's as close as the game gets to having a paired ending. And it influences this game. I'm not sure how. I mean, I think I know what happened because I chose Fee. I think her, like, scene where we reunited with her was a little different because of that, I would imagine. Just dancing, yeah. Yeah, there's, like, a dance at the end of the year. There's like sort of a vibe of like, oh, this could be romantic, but also you would dance with a lot of the candidates were the guys, which sadly they were like, with Crow it was a little, like maybe could be romantic, but the others are like, okay, yeah, this is clearly intended to be just the guys. So, Which sucks on its own, but does mean that, like, okay, not all of these are supposed to be like that. So it's something. I think I had actually done that one just because I had unlocked it, so I was like, I have to know. I need to know how bad it is. Because I do bad things to myself, apparently. And it wasn't, I don't recall it being too awful, at least. So, you know, it could be worse. You also have the option to dance with Reen's little sister, who is explicitly supposed to be in love with him, which... That scene, again, in itself was, like, basically fine. But it was at least nothing more than had already happened, you know? And it's... I'm glad it's unrequited, but it still doesn't have to happen. You know... I'll take it...
Bumper cars.
Bumper cars, so true. I'll take what I can get in terms of... They don't actually do it, you know? They hint at these things that I do not want the game to do, but then they don't actually follow through with it. That's better than if it actually did happen. But... Man... What if you said what?
It would be a shame if all the plants you've spent so long looking after were to wither and die.
Incredible line. Well, I would be flattered. Thank you so much. That really means a lot to me. It's wild to think about, frankly, that people think of me like that.
It doesn't matter. Even if they do, they'll eventually bloom again somewhere else.
Aw.
Kind of like us.
When you put it that way, I suppose you're right. What's wrong?
Nothing. This one and this one should be okay too.
Oh, not at all, Kozlik. You're free to undermine it, don't you? Anyone who actually is attracted to their siblings is mentally... Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily... Because that can definitely have implications, describing it as such, but I get what you mean. It is something that's like, you should probably talk to a therapist about. But yeah, I get what you mean, for sure. I don't have younger siblings, but I have younger cousins, and it's weird to think that they're like adults now.
They're the easiest ones to look after.
Your friends, you know, have too many people in chat. Yeah, I get what you mean. It's nice being able to actually have a conversation. I can't really watch streamers who are just like, you know, a constant flood of comments, except for like a couple, maybe.
You can try raising them if you want. Don't worry if they wilt or anything, though. When I found the others from Zephyr, I'll come back and check if they're still blooming. If they are, you get a pat on the head.
Hey, I thought the head rubbing was my job, but I'll give it my best shot.
Don't worry if they wilt. However... worry. My time with Class 7's been really fun. And gardening club, too. I only ended up coming here because Sarah forced me, but now I'm glad she did. I don't even want to picture where my life would be if I hadn't. Watch Surface of the Ocean, people in chat raise the question, at what point does it feel like you're just watching YouTube? Yeah, no, right? Because you miss out on some of the appeal of, like, the live format. And then also it's not as good as edited content since you're just kind of waiting for stuff to happen.
Emma? What are you doing?
Oh, hi there, Reen. Well, Dorothy and I decided that we're gonna put together one final collection of stories as a club.
Oh dear.
Since then, I've been working on a story for the students who will join the club next year.
Thank God she's not the only one working on this.
Oh, that sounds neat. Wait, if Dorothy's involved...
The content is totally appropriate for children of all ages, I assure you.
suspiciously specific denial.
Admittedly, Dorothy's own story sounds like it'll have a few of her favorite literary elements, but all in moderation, she assured.
Aww. Yeah, I do remember you saying this in the past, and it's still sweet.
Not that I'm one to judge. What kind of story are you writing?
It's supposed to be a fairy tale.
I love giving the... Not that there's anything wrong with that.
I can't pretend it's 100% original, though. I borrowed some elements from a story I heard as a child. It's going to star a golden unicorn and a pure-hearted maiden. Or at least, that's the plan.
Sounds interesting. Can I give it a read when you're done? I'll still be here next year, so if I see any first years who seem like they'd enjoy it, I'll recommend it to
Why
them.
does it seem like she's writing, like, children's stories for the first years who are, like, 15? 16?
I have to confess, I'm a little embarrassed to let anyone see it, but the whole point of a story is to be read.
Something wrong?
No, not at all. I'm sure you and Valimar will be just fine without my help now. Still, if you do need anything, don't hesitate to get in touch. It may take some time to contact me, though. You'll need to use a method that isn't exactly conventional.
Yeah, I could have guessed as much. I mean, I
Witchy
theoretically
stuff.
get how to use runes to communicate since you told me, but I have no idea how it actually works.
I'd be shocked if you did. It's pretty far removed from the orbital technology you're used to.
Do you find it interesting that at least half the time I play games you never heard of? Yeah. I don't know how it ended up happening, but here I am, I guess. And I've like a lot of obscure games I hear of, and I'm like, oh, I should try that. And this is a good excuse.
It has its benefits, though. For one, you'll be able to reach me no matter where I might be. So don't ever hesitate to drop me a line if you need my assistance. I'd always be happy to hear from you.
The phrase "drop me a line," hold on. Where's that come from? Cause... Not to be like, they referenced Jesus because they said Jeez, but... Drop me a line origin, from around the 1640s. Comes from the use of drop meaning to write and send, referencing dropping of a letter into a mailbox, and the use of a line meaning a short written message. The more you know.
Alright, I'm sure I'll give you a ring. Or a rune.
Now that one! I mean, they have phones.
I hope you end up being able to find Vita, too.
They have landlines, I'm pretty sure.
Thank you.
Fantastic. No matter where my search for Vita takes me, I will always be a member of Class 7. Leaving the Academy won't change that. So if you ever need my help, I'll do everything I can to be there for you. And when my story is finished, I'll have to let you read it. But yeah, reinforcing the first years to read children's books. Yeah, he is actually going to be the one there to just... He did say as much, didn't he? Hey, you look like you like unicorns. Ah!
Oh, there you are. You look bored, Celine.
I guess I am. My work's done at this point. I feel like I aged a few decades as soon as the war came to an end.
Come on now.
That means you'd be dead.
Saying it after the fact, but you fought pretty well over in Crossbell. You've really mastered piloting Valimar.
I'd like to think so anyway. I feel like I could pull off just about anything with him now. And to think, I couldn't do half as much with him when I was first starting out.
You do realize you just admitted you were totally useless, right? I wonder if you're gonna be okay without us, you know? Valimar must have drawn the short straw to end up with a budding awakener like you.
Is there a romance link to the cat? Sadly, no.
Thanks for worrying about me all the time, Celine.
Excuse me, what makes you think I was worried about you?
Just about everything. From what I can tell, you've always worried about me. Back in the beginning, when I didn't know anything about piloting, you were always there to guide me through our battles. I doubt I would have ever come this far if you didn't have my back. So, thank you. For all of it.
Why do you always have to be like this?
Not that you
There are
finished it
parts
yourself.
of the legends passed down in the clan that not even Emma
Super
and I
cold.
know about.
The name doesn't ring a bell offhand, but I wouldn't be surprised if I'm just... Hold on. The Crystalmon. Oh! Right. Honestly, I keep thinking like, oh, I should go play through like Pokemon mods and like fan games and stuff at some point. Like I wanna play Pokemon Wild, so I might do that off stream just because like I'd rather do like not the game that literally everyone and their mom is playing on stream. It sounds like a good time, but I think it'd be more interesting for me to just dive into on my own since it's slower and everything, but we'll see.
But just bear this one thing in mind. Divine Knights have incredible power, and they can become devils just as easily as they can become gods.
Yeah, the Space World 99 mod? Yeah.
Don't worry, I know. And I won't forget. Anyone in my position needs to know the difference between right and wrong. I'm well aware of that.
That's fine then. Anyway, good luck, I guess. If you really need it, I can always come and help out.
She does care! Not much more I can say other than keep on keeping on. If you ever need me, I'll be there to help you out. Oof, Cosmic. I feel you, though. It's really like that sometimes.
Oh, good evening, Masterine. I thought you had already retired for the evening. How would you like for me to put together some supper?
I appreciate the offer, but I think I've eaten more than I should have as it is. Your cooking really is delicious, Sharon. I was starting to miss it after not having it for so long.
It was my pleasure to cook for all of you again. So I pulled out all the stops with this one. Seeing all of you happily indulging my handiwork always makes every second of preparation worth it. Is something the matter, Masterine?
Oh, I was just thinking about how you haven't changed a bit.
Unfortunately, it's incorrect, because I barely have any experience with Gen 2. Prior to the Virtual Console games getting released, the only experience I had was with a cart that did not save. So I never got very far into it, and it was technically my sister's anyway, but because he couldn't save, we just kind of, you know, both played it whenever. But, yeah, I have, like, zero experience up until the Virtual Console, and I'm only part of the way through Crystal. So I don't know. I do like the starters a lot. There's like, I think my favorite set of starters. Just because I like all of them a lot. Like, Gen 3 starters were my original ones, and I like them all, but I'm not like a huge fan of like Blaziken. It's like fine, but it's not super for me. I like Gen 2 starters because they're all like, they stay relatively cute all the way through. Obviously, you know, for Alligator, but I think that's cute. Development must have been stressful, given an entirely finished game, then try to make a new game with better graphics than 2 regions. Different Pokemon. Do you not like for Alligator? That's fair, but I like the Gator. You're just convinced you otherwise, though. I mean, I do like a lot of Pokemon from Johto. So there is that. But yeah, Alligators have definitely my least favorite of the starters, but I still like it a lot. I'm more so like Totodile, though, honestly. Finish game is bare bones, yeah. Yeah.
I'm not sure it's my place to ask, but is everything alright over at Ouroboros?
Yeah, no, it's like... Gen 3 would be my nostalgia pick for favorite. Gen 5 is like... If I had to pick what game I genuinely think is the best overall, I'm not sure whether I'd pick Black and White or Black 2 and White 2. Because Black and White has a stronger story, and Black 2 and White 2 was just like a really good game in all the other... like, senses of it. Although, the lack of... or rather, Pokemon from previous generations being added back in, I think as a set, that works. Like, having the first set of games, you don't get any Pokemon from previous generations until you beat the game. Then the second set of games, you do. I think that works well, but between the two, if I had to pick one, like, I prefer the novelty of Black and White. But then it doesn't really make sense to make that kind of decision, because they are, like, meant to be seen as a set, you know? But yeah, no. As far as, like, gameplay and all that, Black 2, White 2 for sure. I don't know which one I prefer between the two. Specifically, Black 2 versus White 2. Because obviously I played through White 2 Nuzlocke. Rather, yeah, no, White 2 Nuzlocke, and then I played through Black 2. It's like, you know, the first time I played through that set of games when I was a kid. But I haven't really experienced the differences between the two, other than the very obvious, like, legendary swap. So, aesthetically, White Forest looks really nice, but I'd have to actually check it out. Sorry, Black White is a tad force. I get what you mean. I think, I like it because it did something very different. Whereas Black 2, White 2, it's not like it didn't. Like, it was an interesting continuation of the story. And, like, seeing what Ghetsis went for next, and the way he, like, just, discarded all sort of that guise of being a good person to just fully seek his goals and all that shit. Like, split the plasma, some of them realizing the promise of the group and swing the group. Yeah, no, I did really enjoy that. Yeah, I thought that was like one of the best writing decisions in Black 2, White 2. Because that's something that you can only really do with a sequel, other than, like, post-game content, or, like, doing the kind of plot where you, quote-unquote, defeat the villain team halfway through the game, which I don't think would have worked as well. Like, having 2 separate games, 2 separate sets of protagonists, with the time skip, and you see how, like, different members of the team adjusted and, like, are dealing with their past actions. That is interesting to me. I also just, like, Black and White, I mean, N is obviously, everyone and their mom loves him as a character, but, like, that kind of, like, raised to be a cult leader-ish, cult leader and puppet kind of deal was interesting to see, and I enjoyed it personally.
I can't help but wonder after how things turned out. Vita seems really shocked.
I'm afraid I haven't a clue. No word of what's been happening in the society has reached my ears since then.
And it's overrated. That's fair.
I have no idea where the second Anguis is now, nor do I know what happened regarding the Phantasmal Blaze plan after the Chancellor declared he was taking it over. And quite frankly, none of it is my concern. The answers won't change who I am, and it won't suddenly cause me to shift priorities. I am and always will be a proud maid of the Reinford family, not because of the freedom we enforcers are granted, but because that is simply who I am.
I think he's a great rival. Yeah, people do tend to hype him up. I think he's a really good character, but some people do seem to believe that he's, like, not only the best character in all Pokemon, but, like, so much so that no one else can compare. So it's... And I think there's, like, Lily is also an example of a... Not quite, she wasn't a rival, but she filled a similar position in the story. Like, she's like a Bianca, you know? A Bianca that never battled you. But, you know, someone who wasn't supposed to be seen as a rival per se, but still took that position within the story. But, and people love Lily, of course. But, like, just to say that, like, there's other characters, who I think reach that same level. Giovanni, interesting. This probably just because I don't really. I never properly finished Heart Gold Soul Silver, at least not to the point of like seeing the one side story with Giovanni. So I don't really know.
Much like how you being the Ashen Chevalier doesn't change how you are also a proud member of Class 7.
I just don't really have much of an opinion on HDSS in general. I think it's a good game, and like I just didn't have the experience of playing it when it came out because of circumstances, or at least not playing it properly. Oh, I just assumed that must have been what you're talking about, because that's the only example of like intricate handling of Giovanni's character that I can think of. Because I'm used to everything else being just like generic mob boss. I haven't actually seen it. I've never actually properly played through that event, but it does seem like it handles them in an interesting way. I don't know.
I suppose you're right.
I get what you mean, though.
And no matter what happens to you in the future, never lose sight of who you really are. It's almost time for me to return to Ruhr, but should you ever need me again, I will gladly rush to your side.
Thank you, Sharon. I'm glad you can stay here for a while longer.
Yeah, he is nice in terms of being like a very grounded villain, which we don't get as much of later on in the series. No matter what may happen, never lose sight of who you really are. Please know that I will always support you, however. Wait, oh no, I see. Please note that I'll always support you, however. No matter how far apart life takes us. Yeah, he's very real in that sense. That he just kind of makes sense. He's a villain who really has to exist. It does also feel threatening in that sense. I wonder if I should just hang out in my room until it's time to go to bed. I'm still up for talking to everyone, but it's not like I have to do that tonight. Yeah, there's something to be said for, like, the very real villains like that. I guess I'll turn the radio on.
In finance, the annexation of Crossbell has seen shares in Erebonian companies increase at an exponential rate across the board.
Great.
And despite the Reinford Group announcing sweeping changes to its board members, its strong forecast for the next fiscal year is...
It's just not the same, is it?
It's time for the start of a brand new program here on Radio Trista, coming at you promptly every Sunday. I call it Abend Time, after the word for evening. Might be a little cliched, but sometimes simple is best, right? Clichés are clichés for a reason, after all. Anyway, my name is Misty, and I'll be your host.
I wonder where Vita is now. Yeah. I get the feeling she actually enjoyed doing Abend Time, but it's not like she could have ever kept going after all this. Remember your favorite region? Well, surely Hoenn. Huh, I wonder who that could be. Hello? Surely after running Sapphire a zillion times, you've grown to love it. I was pretty sure it wasn't. But it's like, well, could be. I know you've mentioned it in the past, but I'm just blanking. Sinnoh, perhaps? Hello?
This is you, isn't it, Rain?
kind of border on world-threatening for the time he was a villain, given he tried catching Mewtwo. Although, to be fair, he didn't do that in the original game. But yeah, I get what you mean. Top of that, he had relations with the whole Shadow Pokemon conflict, which has deadly implications. Do we have you, huh? So knows your coming of age thing with realizing how to play Pokemons. Elise?
Yes, it's me. Sorry for calling you like this so late in the evening. I'm not bothering you, am I?
Oh, not at all. I'm just not used to you calling me. Are you calling from school?
Yes. I wasn't going to, but Her Highness insisted. It'll take some getting used to, but it's nice to be able to hear your voice even when you're so far away.
I was pretty surprised when I heard your voice, too. You weren't really one for phone calls back at home, either. Surprising power football people win now. God, let me think. Because I did. I know I should know. Considering how much we've talked about Pokemon. And yet, like, that specific information of, like, personal favorites and, like, all that just kind of flies out of my head every time. Like, it just never latches on. I mean, obviously, your favorite is Gardevoir, but, your favorite Pokemon, I mean. Instead, Darkrai being the true Source Shadow Pokemon who literally took control of Dialga and successfully took over the world, very capable of doing it again. Wait, huh? Where are we at? I mean, yeah, I know. I'm just saying, like, the one hint I potentially could have had does not work. It does not apply. I'm just trying to think, because we've talked about Johto a lot, right? I can't remember if it was in the context of it being your favorite region, but like I know we've talked in the past about liking the region in general. That I remember. I'm trying to remember if we've ever talked about, you know, but outside of the context of specifically, like, Nuzlocke or whatever. That would, like, kind of disqualify it from this kind of thing. Because that's more, you know, circumstantial. Favorite the Lonely Pokemon has got to be Mimikyu. That's fair. Yeah, I know we've... I know we talked about a lot about Johto, but I feel like that might also just be because you do think that my favorite generation is Gen 2. Yeah, Cosmic, good taste. Pom-Pom Oricorio is really cute.
I didn't have any specific reason for calling. It was just that the letter you sent about your return from Crossbell arrived today.
That's a specific reason, though. Oh, that was fast. I only sent it a couple days ago. I'm sorry it even had to be a letter. I really was planning to go pay you a visit, but it didn't work out.
Oh, please don't apologize.
Damn it!
I know how busy you must be now.
You know what's the problem? Is I think every time this comes up, it's after you mentioned that you think Gen 2 is my favorite generation. So I'm like, I've just like dismissed it at that point. Like, I'm just like, no, you think that's my favorite. That's not your favorite. Yeah, no, like half your, I feel like half your favorite Pokemon are from Johto. Just, I know you said you have favorites in every region, but like, from what I remember you generally liking, I think that's I think. Or at least what comes up a lot in conversation.
Believe me, I was just happy to hear you were back safe and sound. By the sound of things, you did an excellent job, too. I'm so proud of you, Reen.
Thanks. I really should be voice acted for this scene. I didn't really do all that much, though. Really. Half of what the Imperial Chronicle is reporting is massively overblown. Is something wrong?
No, not at all. Regardless, now that I've heard your voice, I feel a lot better. So I'll leave you to enjoy the rest of your night now.
Right. Night, Elise. I'll come and see you as soon as I can, okay?
There's no need for that. Good night, Reen. Sweet dreams.
Gadavar, Glaceon, Volcarona, Giratina, Hexorus, Torterra, Typhlosion, Meganium, Lantern, Gastrodon, Chandelure, Aggron, Credilli. Damn. Less Gen 2 than I thought there were. Alright. I might have just been especially thinking of, like, the Gen 2 Pokemon off that list, but... Yeah, okay. Yeah, Memory bad. We know this. I really should know that. Huh? She seems somehow odd. Well, she's probably just nervous talking on the phone. Surely. It was kind of awkward for me when I started using one, too. Tomorrow's gonna be my final free day of the year. I guess I should do all my prep work for the next week today so I can make the most of it. Mimikyu, human whose past life self and present life self ended up amalgamating together due to their ghosts not being able to escape their body. Oh, I remember this one! I do remember this one coming up. Yeah, there's something about, like, the way that they died. They were, like, a child. And the way that they died. I think it was, like, specifically, it was, like, in a store. Or something. It's something like that. Like, they'd gotten pierced by something. Oh, God, I can't remember. Three Sandal races from Angelica. You've been getting pretty good at riding my old bike. Good enough to pique my curiosity. I want to settle once and for all which of us is the better rider. And there's only one way to do that. I wonder. Between Reen and Angelica. If you're up to the challenge, come find me in the engineering building. Class Warfare by Patrick. Or by Patrick. From Patrick. Ladies and gentlemen of Class 7. It's time to finally settle which of our classes is superior. Come to the Academy Field fully equipped and prepared for defeat. Junk wanted. From Brandon. A bunch of students are helping us put on a flea market, but we haven't got as much to sell at our stall as we like. Am I remembering that? Stop by my store and I'll give you the particulars, please and thank you. Opinion? Do tell. Let's talk, Trista. I plan on starting I hope not. Brand new show here at Radio Trista, but I'm gonna need your help to get the first broadcast just right. If you got time to make radio history, meet me at Trista Radio Station. Guys, happened. Oh, then a silver shelf was shoved onto them. Since silver is tangible to both the living and the dead, ghosts couldn't leave the body. Right. Knew it was something like that. Angler management from Kenneth. Hey, my brother and I are having a fishing battle, but I'm gonna need your help to actually make it happen. So if you got the time, we'll be at the fishing spot in Trista. Probably don't remember what your most recent run of Sapphire's hacked run with Steelix, Heracross, Bellawesome, Farfetch'd, Houndoom, and Gorbistain Parfait. I really don't remember! Wow! I do remember that you were doing a hacked run, but I completely forgot about the Gorbis named Parfait. There's one from the radio station, a request for help with the flea market. These all seem worth doing. And pretty fitting for the last free day of the year, too. It's only about 9 in the morning, so I've got plenty of time to work through everything. Let's get to work. Like starting the run without finishing that one? Finishing that one? Fishing it. Your classmates have already gone out for the day. I do so hope they enjoy their final free day here to this fullest. And that goes for you as well. I'll have an even grander dinner than yesterday's wedding for you when you all finally come back. I'm sure if you should force yourself to finish that one underleveled as hell. Just start the next. I feel like if you're not having... If you have to force yourself to finish it, I'd just start a new one. IMO. Just got to the move leaders to beat this up, jump somewhere around 14 levels underleveled. Ugh. Yeah, I can see why you'd want to restart. Got to pop off though. Hell yeah. I'm heading off now. Have a good day, darling. Thanks, dear. Take care of Kurt for me, will you? These two are gonna be like this even when they're old and gray, aren't they? Your V2 Persona's ancestor. Ooh. Hooray! Daddy's company wasn't hurt by the war, so we can go back to work. I'd even been happier that the war didn't change him or Mom. Seeing them all lovey-dovey kinda calms me down. We're speeding through dialogue. Got to have the sunny day with Blossom and Bell and Houndoom. We're both blasting solar beams on the dudes. Goddamn, yeah, that sounds satisfying. Whoa, Lumber Blitz is making a comeback? Now that's promising. Good to see you again, Mitch. Back in the horse racing saddle again, I see. Yeah. After you demolished the Solar Ring, they literally couldn't beat the Houndoom because Dark type. No, I do want to hear about it, Farah. I said as much. I mean, I didn't say it directly, so I guess I should have. Don't get smart. But yeah, now that the racetrack's back open again, I'm back in my element. I'm really glad I told you kids to go out there and get that war ended. I want to live in a world that spring races. Very important. Look, I can tell you ain't happy about the whole hero thing. Just try to take it one step at a time. Can't exactly run away from being the Ashen Chevalier, so you might as well work on dealing with that burden. Yeah, you're right. Valamar's a part of my life now, so it's time I start thinking about what that means for me. Hey, Zetra with the raid, hi! We pissing? I don't... Not currently. Hope you had a good stream. Black Desert, hell yeah. Good. Don't get started just yet. It's your last free day of the year. You're not gonna want to waste it worrying. Take the day off. I think I might. Maybe I'll start unwinding with a little bit of shopping. He's not taking it off. Welcome, 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 welcome. If any of you don't know me already, I'm Parfait. I stream JRPGs and other stuff like Pokemon occasionally. And Minecraft. But yeah, hope you had a good time. Nothing interesting. Sad. Sounds like Lord Rufus, apparently. Lord Rufus is doing a spectacular job over in Crossbell. From what I hear, he's already rebuilt their entire government. It's an achievement if I've ever heard one. His current position seems just right for him. He can really put his skills to work and do some good in the world. Good, you say? I can only hope that he'll continue to guide this nation to greatness. I think, yeah. I think if you're having a bad time, or like, if you're just not enjoying it, then yeah. Move on. You've had to run a piss as soon as you get ready. I understand. But the game's going well. I plan on starting up my own nature conservation society once I graduate. My greatest desire is to bring smiles to the faces of everyone in Erebonia by filling the country with flowers. I'm certain that doing so would bring so much good to the world that war would become a thing of the past. I love the confidence in that. I'll be selling my most vibrant potted plants at the flea market today. Hopefully they'll be a happy reminder to everyone who sees them that spring is nearly upon us. Also happy to give my opinion. Favorite Pokemon run is the thought of the team and how it could work after, rather than the actual run through and Yeah. Just like deck belting, I see. It's gotta be really lonely around here without Toa and Angelica. I can't talk, apparently. I don't know why, but it feels like as soon as they leave here, I'll never see either of them again. No, can't be all defeatist. There's every chance we'll meet again one day. Just need to keep hope in my heart. The uniforms for this year's new students are finally ready. With the Academy's recent popularity, this year's crop of students is bigger than ever, so I'm glad we got them done in time. It's only 2 weeks before I ever get to see people wearing them, but I can hardly wait. Thank you for the hydrate and the stretch, comrade. Good to see you. Ugh. Oh, hell yeah. Hashire sori yo. Kaze no yoni. Tsukimihara wo. Padore pararu. There was like a challenge run of basically hop up only with some other team members. Like maybe Pichu or Vampy. Ah, interesting. Do you not like me peeking my mic? I need to turn down my mic, actually, just like in general. Nowhere near Christmas. Oh, that's the problem. That's the problem, apparently. Listen, I got a Padaru posted in my chat, and I can't not. It's a chance to sing where it's good if it sounds bad. Up here on is gonna be Sceptiles, Swampert, Place Against Salamence, Metagross, and Metacritic. Of all things, because they needed Thunderbolt spam. Ah. I mean... I like the silliness of the challenge run team, personally. It's like that's where I lean, but to be fair, on the other hand, if you just decide like you didn't really want to finish your last run, I could also see I could see the I think in that case having a refresher of just like super OP team makes sense. But otherwise known as the Spirit of Padaru, who summons you at this time of year in this part of the internet. Me. Merry Christmas. The Wind Orchestra is going to be performing at the flea market today, so I'm going to bring Bridget to a bite to eat. Yeah. She's always there to cheer me on at the fencing club, so it's my turn to do the same. I mean, that's what any good boyfriend would do. Straight boy! Probably migrate up your team and prep the next run then. Hell yeah. Howdy, Reen. You know, sometimes I feel bad about how much we shopkeepers ask of you. Sorry about that. Seriously, it's no sweat. I actually find it kind of fun. It's the last free day of the year, too, so I might as well make the most of it, right? Time sure flies, doesn't it? You really have been doing this for a whole year now.
I'm damn hungry. I want some lasagna.
I want some lasagna. True. Still, this is no time to be getting all misty-eyed thinking about the past. We've got work to do. I admire your spirit, but you're on vacation. At least wait until July. You know what? That's fair. Thanks for purchasing some perfume, Zetra. So let's get to it. Sounds good. The request said that you needed some help with your flea market stall, right? Something about not having as many items to sell as you were hoping for. You got it. The market itself is a joint effort between us merchants and some of the students. Oh right, I got so distracted by everything else. She just made that it was so deadly she was considered one of the defenses of who she worked for. She originally intended to watch over her mistress's property when she passed away, but that was until her child went missing. Did that, she had to change of plans and decided to seek out her sentence and walk over them instead. Ah! But the whole thing's kind of being tossed on us, being tossed together on short notice, so people haven't had much time to donate items for our stall. It's a shame. After all the work that's gone into it, I'm sure everyone wants the flea market to be a big hit. But he can't stay open very long if his stall doesn't have that much to sell. You hit the nail on the head right there. Hit the nail right on the head though, Rean. So what I want you to do is go around and see if you can find anything for us. Think you can help us out one last time? How can I say no to that? But, how many more items are we talking about here? Huh, one more would be appreciated, but 2 more would be ideal. More than that, and you've been my favorite person. In Trista. Oh, double or nothing, let's see. Hey, double! Hell yeah, congrats! Favorite part about, almost like a game is the thought of a new run, and you almost never want to see it through because lazy or whatever. Congrats on your doubled Parpium. While that, he only needs like 1 or 2 items for his stock for this event. Might not be easy to find anything though. I mean, as brave as the window was, we did already ask people to donate. I guess most of the people who just have had stuff on hand to give us already have done so. I get you. So I'll have to sniff out items that got ignored for whatever reason, probably. I don't even know where to start. See what I can do though. Thanks, I'm counting on you. Any junk? Fucking doors. Is the part on any of those 6 for the OP run named after them? Let me think. Scroll back on up there. I mean, as a Swampert fan, if you'd be willing. A little birdie's whispered I can't talk right now. Whispered rumors in my ear that there's a small celebration taking place at the Academy. Why would you not think to inform me, your dearest bosom buddy, of this? I'm deeply wounded. Since when are we even friends? Yeah, Swampert was my first starter, so I'm attached. Dearie me, you are the hero who ended the war, but I am a wandering purveyor of love who heals the scars that it left. What are the 2 of us form a team? Sure. I see someone's performances in Heimdall didn't go over too well. He's getting desperate. Margarita asked me to help her catch that 2nd year over there, so I did. Who'd have thought all that elite intelligence division training would actually come in handy someday? Now I'm just waiting to see what happens next. If he tries to escape, me and Lammy are gonna stop him by any means necessary. Lizzie noticed your first star, but it isn't in your top 5. I just have a... Nostalgia is, powerful for me. What in Adios' name? Look, just promise me you won't let her talk you into doing anything illegal, okay? Margarita, I have put this off for long enough. Allow me this chance to be completely honest with you. I am afraid I cannot possibly enter into matrimony with you. What? But what if our engagement? Engagement? What if our dream to have 10 children to carry on our family's legacies? I don't recall agreeing to either of those things. Still, I have a duty to fulfill. A duty I must take as a man of the Empire. A duty to support this nation. Which means I can't be focusing any my attention on love and woman right now. I do hope you can understand. Recently, my duties have largely consisted of keeping Master Vincent hidden away from Lady Margarita. But this time, I thought it best that they did encounter one another and was consciously derelict in said duties. After all, Master Vincent is a noble gentleman. He needs to be able to solve these sorts of problems on his own. Ah, that does make sense. Torterra's a good pick. I like Torterra a lot too. But it seems that today is the day that he will... This saga will meet its end. A shame too. I was rather enjoying it. Wonder what Vincent would think of that. I keep hitting E because I misplaced my hand on the keyboard because I'm very smart. Eustace, I hope you know that I intended on buying that political textbook that you have in your hand. And here I was, ready to purchase it because I'd heard it could prove useful in running the Croissant province. But this is the last copy. How should we go about solving this problem? I have an idea. The Academy chess clubs are facing off against each other again later today. Surprised he'd ask for Swampert after you wanted to name something pretty like Gorbis after Buffet. That is fair. That is fair, but I think Swampert's very cute. Personally. I know the upper-class students who are looking for a helper for their team, so why don't we use that to settle this? Very well. I've been hoping for a rematch anyway. Oh, just kiss already. Incredible. I've been trying to find more things for us merchants to sell at our flea market stall, but surprisingly tough. Must be something out there. Or I could just use those old textbooks I brought for Kay. No, I have to cling to the possibility that he might use them someday. I can't let hope die away like that. Goddamn. And finally, for the lower area... Oh, 2 more, actually. Guess what? I'm going to the flea market this afternoon. Oh, but not as a customer. I'm looking after the stall that the merchants of Trista set up. I don't mind doing it one bit, either. I wasn't able to go to the Academy Festival, so at least I get to join in the fun in some way this time. I'll stop doing that eventually. All the trouble this war has caused seems to be at its end. Even the Republican army, which caused me so much worry, has been dealt with. Peace has finally returned to us. There's nothing better than that. If it isn't Mr. Hero, glad to have you back. Thanks, but can we drop the whole Mr. Hero thing? Sure, sorry about that. I've seen your name prop up in the Chronicle so many times I couldn't help myself. Well, Mr. Hero or not, I'm glad you're sticking around next year even if your classmates aren't. It'll be sad not to have those red uniforms running around town anymore, I'll tell ya. I'm gonna miss the drinks here when I'm back with the guild again. Though there's always a chance I'll swing into Trista on business someday. Rena's gonna be back on... not even back... He's gonna have the generic uniform then. Next year. Presumably. Maybe then I'll finally get you to have a round of drinks with me. If I'm still poking around here by then, it means I haven't graduated yet. Which also means I'd still be too young. Yeah. I'm accompanying my father on his journey to repay his many debts. I would have liked to stay in a more spacious upmarket hotel than this one, but I suppose I can forgive him this once. After all, this adventure of ours will allow me to find beautiful jewels, clothes, and accessories across the nation. About that debt. This town is situated on the outskirts of Heimdall and is known for its connections to the royal family. It only behooves a noble such as myself to visit a destination like this at least once. Okay, I'll admit. Just here as part of my journey to write a travel book with my daughter to pay off my debts. Tritz has gotten very famous after all the buzz from the war, so what better place could I begin from? Have we seen him before? Probably. Baron Poe. Now the last area, like, shop, whatever you want to call it. It's not a shop, but you know. It's the only one that isn't a shop. Our live broadcast of the battle in Heimdall gave us our highest ratings ever. We got loads of new listeners, too. Not that the directors had much time to celebrate that. He's been really worried since Misty vanished on us. Like Mist. Given that she was a big part of the station's popularity, though, I don't exactly blame him. They worked really well together, too. Even if she did stress him out all the time. director seems like he's finally started moving on from the station's Misty area. Hehe. Probably helps that he's got that new show that he's working on to keep his mind off of things. Michael, good to see you again. Oh, you're here. Oh, you. Inserted that one for funsies, for fun, for laughs. Great. Really has been a while, Rean. Last time I saw you weren't even famous. What do you say? Want to give Radio Trista an exclusive interview? I'll pass. Besides, at the end of the day, I'm just a student. I don't want to be made into some national hero. That's... It's a bit late for that. Aw, nuts. Fair enough, I guess. It's not what you're here for anyway. You're here to help out with the new talk show I'm working on for Radio Trista. New talk show? Finally replacing Aventime, huh? Gone before its time, truly. I still think of it as a success, though. So, I want to take what we learned here and put it all into a new show in the same vein. To establish the talk show genre. Doesn't exist yet. See, this new one's got a theme to it. Towns. We'll focus on a different town or city in every broadcast. We're gonna try to get to the heart of what makes each city we visit great. Straight from the locals' mouths. Our first show is gonna be a test case, I'm gonna need your help with it. Fine by me. But since you're asking me, take it the first town you'll be covering is Trista. That's right, our own backyard. Helps that this place got way more famous after the war. It's gonna do wonders for our ratings. New shows live and die on those numbers. So do radio stations, actually. The battle in Heimdall gave us a bit of a boost. But our listenership isn't what it used to be. So now is our chance to win back their hearts and ears from those bastards at Imperial Chronicle Radio. Should have seen that coming. Unfortunately, we don't have anyone who can replace Misty, which doesn't exactly help matters. But even though we're not ready to air just yet, I want to get a feel for how the show is going to work as soon as I can. So basically, I want you to go around and get comments from the people of Trista about what makes this town great. Sound like something you can do for me? Not a problem. But do you have any guidelines for me, or should I just go around asking everyone I see why they like this town? I sure do. Why don't we limit it to five comments for now? Yeah. Diversify a little too. One from an elderly, and one from a kid, a worker. And given that we're kind of a school town, one from a student and one from a teacher should round things out nicely. Gotta get a hard-working first here for the student comment, and someone who you wouldn't mess with who wouldn't mess with us for the teacher one. Yeah. So someone that they wouldn't normally be able to get like an interview from. Makes sense. Oh wait, no, mess with us in the sense of like someone who's not gonna fuck with them. Same for the hard-working first year. I see. Got it. Sounds like a good mix of people. I'll see what I can do. Thanks. Let me know when you got all the comments you need. Best of luck. Okay. Cool. Kid. Bet Teisel will give me a good comment for the child category. Rain told Teisel he was collecting comments on what makes Trista great for a new radio show. Did you really get my comment read on the new radio show? Well, in that case, I'll happily give you one. If you wouldn't mind. Let's see here. I think the thing that makes Trista great is this pleasant, relaxing scenery. In spring, you got the Lena flowers. In fall, you got the falling leaves. Each season is beautiful in its own way. It's close to Heimdall, too, so I think everyone should come by and look if they get the chance. How'd I do? Was that okay? I just knew I was gonna mess it up somehow. No, that was perfect. Thank you for sharing. Well, if you say so. Now we need to look for an elderly. Mitched. Forget what it was. I'm pretty sure Mitched. Oh, Mitched. Oh, never mind. If anyone in this town has junk they can't get rid of, it's Mitched. But they might have something you could donate for the flea market here. Something you need? You read my mind. Breen asked Mitch if he had any items that could be sold at the flea market. Kid, I run a pawn shop. Why would I want to donate my stuff to a flea market for free when I could sell it to some sucker here? You raise a good point. The business is booming, I'll have you know. If you want something from me, you're gonna have to give me something in return. See, that's the beauty of capitalism. There's no way there isn't at least one thing here you'll never be able to sell. I wonder if there's something I could do to cheer him up and make him feel a little more generous. Man, I can't wait for the spring races to start. Gonna have to win big and kick this year off right. Oh, good. More irresponsible gambling. Why am I not surprised? Still, that might be a good starting point. Maybe I can try and find something horse-related to give him. Horse-related gifts. Or maybe we could help him cheat. You know? Rig that shit. Hey, Liz with the raid! It's okay, buddy, is still alive. Thank God. Liz, my friend Liz, would never lie to me, especially not in a raid message. So I trust this completely. Hope you had a good time. Hi, Smoothie. Hi, Liz. Hi, Wiggly. We're doing some JRPG. Never thought it was possible for this room to get any messier until now. I mean, I know she's busy with getting all her work in order before she leaves. Would it really be that much extra effort to get rid of those bottles? At least stand them up. Actually, still alive, didn't I? Hell yeah! My beautiful, beautiful girl. Are you treating her well, or are you going with the frustration strat? She said she was going to be getting ready to move out soon, too. Maybe I should go and remind her. Yeah, welcome, 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 welcome. Hi, if you don't know me already, I'm Parfait. I do a lot of JRPGs. I play Pokemon. I've been forced to play Minecraft recently. I'm gonna give it a shout out real fast. I know what you're playing, but it still feels right. Yeah, Liz is also very cool, so go follow her if you don't already. Please. Talking to the people in my chat. Very cool, very pog. Had a birthday recently. Yeah, I'm supposedly finishing up the game, but, I've thought that like 10 different times already. So... you can imagine the state that I'm in. What brings you here? Finally built up the courage to ask me to treat you to a drink? Because you know I'd be happy to. When I tell you I'm too young to drink, do you just hear a bunch of static? Or is there some other problem? I'm here to tell you might want to start getting your room in order. You're gonna regret it if you leave it until the last minute and end up panicking over getting everything done. Well, you know... Actually, now that I think about it, I'm sure it'll all work out. I know Sharon would be more than happy to help. No, anything but that. Fine. You win. I'll get right on it. But you're gonna be helping me. This is all your idea. Well, I suppose I've got some time to kill anyway, so sure. You're a real lifesaver. I didn't think that'd wear me out so much. I'll go toss the rest of the garbage out so you can stay in here and rest up. Blessed is the instructor who has capable students, for upon them shall be thrust the bulk of the work. Even if that's what you're thinking, do you have to actually say it right when I'm within earshot? Words. Alright, let me give you these. You really helped me out today. I don't think this is a reward. It's just that I finished them already. So you might as well take them. The last thing I need is a pile of books weighing down my luggage. Yeah. Are you just dumping your old books on me and trying to play it off as generosity, or am I missing something? You wound me, Rean. With how well you know me. Thanks for taking them off my hands. Give them a read or don't. But if you want, they're yours now. Now that I look at these, they seem like they might be worth selling at the flea market. I guess I found my first thing to sell then. Could just take these over now, but I'm betting if I can turn up more things in... I'm betting I can turn up more things in need of cheap selling than this. Okay. Where to next? Yeah, there's still another thing in Kirsch's. So we head over there. Old man. Gotcha. For the radio. I do need a comment from an elderly person. And now it's nothing if not elderly. Damn, Rean, okay. Rean explained that he was collecting comments about what makes Trista great for a new radio show. Comments, you say? Got my fair share of those. Hopefully I can give you one that works. Fingers crossed. What makes Trista so great to me? So it's because this place has a unique sense of vitality. You can see it at key points in the school year like these too. Being able to share in these major milestones of all these young students' lives gives me a joy that couldn't be found... Words! That couldn't be found anywhere else. That's an interesting perspective. And I suppose it makes sense coming from an elderly person. Can hardly wait just to meet the student. I don't know why I can't talk right now. Truly and genuinely. Can hardly wait to meet... The world is against me. Can hardly wait to meet the new students who'll be here in just 2 weeks. Oh, I'm rambling now. Was it helpful? Talking is hard. It is so hard. Absolutely. Thank you very much. How nice to hear. I do hope it ends up in that new show you mentioned. I forgot my words. I always do that. Excuse me. So yeah, I still need to look for another item before I turn in the quest. There's also fishing. Something going on the dorm.
This spot looks perfect for fishing.
This spot looks perfect for fishing. Hey Kenneth, and Annabelle too. It's good to see you again, Rean. You'd be lurking? Hell yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. And I hope I win too. So you saw our request? I saw it, yeah. Wasn't quite sure what I was actually requesting though. This game's been looking to have such a pretty style. Yeah, it's got nice environments. Mind clearing things up for me? Oh, I guess that makes sense since you've been away from Trista for so long. Where do I start? I'm sorry, this is really all my fault. Come on. You know that's not true. My brother's just being a pain. Yep, still lost. I guess I gotta fill you in on a few things, huh? So basically, our parents set up an arranged marriage between Annabelle and my brother. Really? That's right. Her family's been harassing her about when she's actually gonna walk down the aisle, though. As you can imagine, she's not exactly thrilled about all that. If I may be so bold as to interject, Lady Annabelle was not even informed of this arrangement until after it had been decided and agreed upon. As one would expect, she was thoroughly shocked when she found out. She even went so far as to run away from home. We, the players, knew all this already, so I honestly forgot that Rean didn't know. Which in turn had a stark effect on her once elegant personality. I had no idea. Well, I have been gone for nearly a year. I feel as though some of the fault rests on my shoulders as well. As such, should the engagement's cancellation become realizable, I'll do everything I can to make that happen. Wait, are you saying it's possible to call all this off? It may be. Obviously, the first thing I did was ask my parents to call things off, but they wouldn't listen. Their only response was, it wouldn't do to insult a man of the Empire for no good reason. Whatever that means. So that escape route closed. I figured I'd try to go to the man himself to see if I'd call things off. If he'd call things off. My brother, charmer that he is, wasn't having any of that. He gave a similar line about nobles not going back on their promises, and that was that. I imagine his greatest concern is our respective families' social statuses. So we need to knock them down a peg, so it doesn't matter anymore. The head of the Lakeler family is only a baron, while my father is a viscount. I get it. It's worried that not going through with the wedding would be an insult to a family of higher status, huh? This kind of stuff makes upper-class society a real pain sometimes. You're telling me. Marriages to statuses and convenience statuses often take precedence over those of love among the mobility. Nobility, that much is true. It's about mobility. But for my part, I wish for nothing more than Lady Annabelle's happiness. And this arrangement certainly isn't that. So with that in mind, I decided to talk to my brother one more time. Eventually, we managed to reach a very Lake Lord compromise. We'll settle this with an old noble tradition, the fishing battle. Aha! Now I get it. Fishing battles are split into two parts, right? Obviously the main events between the two actual challengers, or captains in this case. But before that, their chosen vice captains face off. So that means... Took you a while to get there, but you got it. As team captain, I'd like you to fish as my vice captain. I'd ask Annabelle to compete, but that seems kind of... wrong? I don't know. Yeah, I figured as much. You guys have both done a lot for me, so I'd be happy to help, but... Do you really think I'm up for this? I mean, Annabelle's future's on the line, and I fish with you enough to quake in my boots when I hear the name Lake Lord. I used to think I knew my way around a fishing rod, but I'm feeling awfully rusty. I'm sure you'll be fine. We'll get that rod back in your hand and you'll be landing the big ones again in no time. Fishing in battle with an exhilarating combo. Exactly. Not gonna pressure you into doing it or anything, though. So if you want to pass, just pass. So, what do you say? Let's fish. Why not? Let's get fishing. I don't know if I'm out to snuff, but if you believe in me, maybe I've got this. Thank you so much. You have my humblest thanks for doing this for Lady Annabelle. You've definitely got this. Together, we're gonna save Annabelle from this wedding of hers. I know we will. I'm grateful to the both of you for helping me out like this. It does feel like it'd be more appropriate for Annabelle to do this, especially since she's also a talented fisher. Roughly 10 minutes passed. Eventually, Lake Lord III and his vice captain emerged and began making their way towards them. Fast. Well, look who it is. It's been a while. You haven't changed a bit. Still as lively as your bait, I see. How splendificent it is to meet you, and to speak with you again, Kenneth. Good to see you in high spirits, Narcissus. So, what do you say we dive right in? No sense in lollygagging. This spot will do, I suppose. Bishop Trista, rejoice, for I have returned to grace your waters with my line once more. So that's the heir of the Lake Lord family. He definitely seems a lot more noble than you do. No offense. But how's he already familiar with the fishing spots around here? Well, he is a Thor's grad. Oh, right. I guess if he loved fishing as much as you do, then he'd probably know the city from back to front. Lady Annabelle, how simply splendid it is to see you again. Hope that you'll suitably be entertained by the spectacle that is about to unfold before you. Thanks. I'm sorry that my selfishness made you come all the way out here. Please, there's no need to apologize. This is entirely the fault of my foolish brother needlessly overcomplicating things. I swear on my family name that I will defend our marriage. There's no need for you to worry your pretty little head. Yeah. So, I surmise that you are Kenneth's vice captain. Who am I? I'm the delighttacular and styliferous gentleman, Narcissus. Though you might know me by my alias, the Crazy Wave. Not only do I hail from the Imperial Fishing Club led by Lake Lord III, I am one of its exquisite Elite Four. Allow me to offer you my enthusiastic contrafibularities on being chosen to face me today. May our battle be splendemptious. I'll do my best too, I think. What a commentatorious attitude. Mark my words, young man, you'll go far. Did they pay this guy by the word or something? No, because he's combining them. Well, now that we've exchanged our greetings, I'll get right to explaining all the rules. The goal of each part of the battle is the same, catching a designated fish. First, the vice captains will compete. The team whose vice captain catches their fish first will enjoy the advantage of starting the second round early. I see. Sounds like a fair battle format to me. Any skilled angler should be able to guide the capable vice captain after all. The outcome of this battle will determine the fate of your arranged marriage. Are you absolutely certain that you wish to proceed with this, Lady Annabelle? I am. I'm prepared to accept the outcome, no matter what it may be. If you're sure. In that case, we're going to fish like we've never fished before and make sure you're happy. Oh, by the way, what fish will we be catching? Our vice captains will be attempting to catch a noble carp. I assumed you were being rhetorical when you asked what we'd be catching. The giant swordtail is the only acceptable choice. Going after the big guy, huh? You don't mean the one I caught last year, do you? I've heard the rumors myself. A huge 250-reach swordtail who's survived decades of battles. If we caught him, we'd be able to stuff our faces for 2 whole weeks and still have some left over. Lady Annabelle, please. If you wouldn't mind acting a little more like a lady of the nobility. I don't know what it is. It'll be very much appreciated at this delicate time. Now that's the Annabelle I know. Well, like you said, you're going to be catching a noble carp. You can use all the ground bait you'd like, but I don't know how much you have on hand. Here, take some of mine. Thanks. These really come in handy. You can leave the area before you catch your fish, but we'll be in trouble if they catch theirs first, so don't wander off. Now, no sightseeing tours from me. I guess I should get started. Good luck, Reen! We'll be quietly and respectfully cheering you on. I see you've completed your preparations. Well then, let the battles commence. May the best man win. Vice captains, assume your positions. And begin! Control Reen and catch a noble carp. Probably should cancel out and save, huh? Yeah. Can't be that hard. What's that?
Now that's a catch.
Arowana. It's catch-up time, I guess. Please. Ah, that's it. That's the one. God, this is so... This is a lot. It doesn't give you much of a chance. We got it! Thank God.
Whoa, this is a big one.
I did it! I caught one! Preposterable! Has someone finally conquered the crazy wave? Easy. The winner of the Vice Captain battle is Master Reen. Most impressive. You chose your second well, it seems. Hey, Cam with the raid too. Hello. Hope you had a good stream. Hello. Let me give you a shout out. We're fishing right now. Gem raid. League of Legends. League of Legends. Hi, Spider. Waiting. Wanted to see people be mad in League. That's fair, that's fair. Well, Thor's had some pretty big fish nowadays, so I figured to show a little dual spirit, you know? Did you now? I presume you mean to imply that your angling abilities now surpass my own. We'll find out soon enough, won't we? That we shall. Phew. Nice to know I didn't let her side down, at least. Not a chance with fishing like that. You made that look like shooting fish in a barrel. That's a little extreme, don't you think? Narcissus is obviously really good at this. I'm sure I'll catch his in a minute. Trails time! Magniferous! The embodiment of pristine beauty has come to me. Yeah, no, let's go with that. The embodiment of pissing beauty has come to me at last. How many extra content is there, cat girl? Nah. Kind of a lot. Because, like, okay, here's the thing. First, it was just that I underestimated how long the last dungeon was going to take me. And then I got to the credits. And then there was an extra story segment at the end of the game. And did that. That was one stream. And then there's a whole extra thing at, like, after that. And that's gonna take me 2 streams, probably. Narcissus caught his fish 3 minutes after Vice Captain caught his. Which means you get a 3-minute head start, Kenneth. Sounds good. I'll get started. Hey, if you don't mind me asking, why do you care about this marriage so much in the first place? I thought you didn't care about anything other than fishing. Maybe when you finally mature, you'll understand. That's helpful. Look, I'm not about to tell you how to live your life. But I'm also not gonna let you ruin someone else's either. Kenneth. Oh my. I would ask you to refrain from talking during a sacred battle such as this. Results are the only thing, actually. Alright. Results are the only thing that matter here. I hope you haven't forgotten that. My bad, sorry. Time for me to go to land of Annabelle the Big One. Can't talk today, just so we're all aware. For a moment I thought I was gonna play with him. My lady, is something wrong? Not really. Just that he never seemed to have a care in the world, and yet all this time he was thinking about me. Meanwhile, I was only ever thinking about myself. I haven't been showing him the respect he deserves. To him, this battle is a serious affair, and he's fighting with everything he has. But me? It was just some tedious ordeal that I just wanted to have behind me as soon as I could. I'm so ashamed. That's nonsense, my lady. I understand how you feel, but save your apologies for later. Right now, he's over there fighting for what he believes in. Fighting for you. You're right. I'll leave everything to you, Kenneth. I can believe in you, right? Your 3 minutes are up. Time for me to finish this, Kenneth. Okay. I'm sorry. I misplaced my fucking... I'm slamming the R key because I'm very smart. It's called being good at video games. It's so good that God has to nerf me. Fuck. It didn't even give me a chance. It did, but like, God. Let me try again. This one's a lot. It just didn't respond for a second there, which is a little worrying. I hate when it just goes unresponsive for a while. Ruins my life every time. Third time's the charm. That should wrap things up here. The victor is decided! You did it, Kenneth. Well done, Kenneth. Preposterous, Twiddlecock. This cannot be happening. I'll just let that one sit. Okay, let's move on. It can and it did. I gave her about my all, and I was still defeated. I have no qualms with accepting the outcome. But I cannot apologize enough for betraying your trust, Lady Annabelle. So sad. However, I believe I have no other choice. I have to request that our engagement be called off. Oh? Are you sure? You seemed dead set on going ahead with it before. Words. Duels such as these are put on the very honor... Duels such as these put the very honor of the nobility on the line. The result has been determined, and I must now follow it. Besides, I believe there is a man far more worthy of your hand than mine. Than me. Narcissus, we're leaving. Very well. Then we shall make our aggressiture. I bid you all a good day. Wait. I just wanted to say that I had fun fishing. I had fun fishing with you again today. But are you sure you're okay with this? Why would I not be? I gave it my all. I leave satisfied. And you say I haven't changed. But what's the plan now? I'm guessing Dad's not gonna be happy about all this. I intend to return to Crossbell and continue my training there. There's a lady there awaiting my return, after all. Oh, I see. Is there now? Wonder if that's who I think it is. No, give my regards to Kaguya, will ya? On a related note, you would do well to pay more attention to the world around you. If you don't do something about that personality of yours, Annabelle will... No, I suppose it's not my place to say. Regardless, stay diligent in your training. The matter of the wedding may be settled, but our own personal battle rages on. Sure, I'm down to fish anytime. You really are a sly one. I wasn't sure what to make of him at first, but your brother's actually a pretty nice guy, to be honest. Of course, he's my brother after all. Yeah, he's a little stubborn sometimes, but deep down, he's got a heart as big as the ocean. I almost found myself regretting that the marriage was not meant to be. Seemed a rather worthy partner. Yeah, I don't think that's for us to decide. At least she gets to now. Yeah, good news, right, Annabelle? Well, I mean, Kenneth is very charming, but... I mean... Annabelle? Yes, what is it? Just wanted to say I'm excited that we can go back to spending our days fishing together. Oh. Yes, I am as well. My lady, forgive me for assuming. Have you set your eyes on Absolutely not! Well, one ordeal's over. Looks like it led straight into another one. Yeah, that was a foregone conclusion. Anyway... what you got for us? Tell him off! Lotte works here in Trista, obviously. Maybe she'll give me a comment for Mako's new radio show. Green told Lotte he was collecting comments on what makes Trista great for a new radio show. Really? That's an interesting idea. I don't know how useful my opinion will be, but if you want me to, I'm happy to throw my 2 mira in. By all means. What makes Trista great to me? I'd have to say it was because we're a town with pride. Yep. No matter how many times the people here fall, they always get back up and keep moving forward. They don't let anything stop them from achieving their dreams and keep working hard until they're realized. Everyone has a deep sense of personal pride, and it makes me proud to be able to support people like that. I'm sure the next year will pose us a number of new challenges, but I can say with confidence that we'll prevail. I couldn't agree more. Thank you for the comment. Oh, not at all. I hope we can use it. And that's everything for the town. But I gotta get a snack. I'm hungry. So I'll BRB. But first, essential. Baby. I had yummy snack and now I'm big. Let's go. Where do I even need to... Well, the janitor. That makes sense for the radio show. Never mind. You know, the janitor might know where I could find something for the flea market. Dinky Wiggly. He might have donated everything he had already, but there's no harm in asking. We can ask Skylar if he had anything that could be sold at the flea market. Oh, you're looking for items for the market too, are you? Afraid I already donated everything I had to give. Sorry about that. No worries, I figured as much. With Becky and Hugo as worked up as they are, I'd be shocked if they hadn't asked him a long time ago. But even though I'm out of items, that doesn't mean I'm out of ideas. There was some student who asked me to collect something I didn't need just a while ago. Told me it was pretty hefty though, and so I haven't gone and done it yet. Who knows, maybe that's something you could sell at the flea market. Really? Yeah, that could definitely be worth looking into. Who was it? I don't remember the name. All I remember is that they were a second year. They also told me the thing they wanted me to pick up was a result of hours and hours of club work, so that might help. The horse. Didn't what's her name make a horse sculpture? The art student. Okay, so I'm on the lookout for a second year who's really dedicated to their club. Sure, I can do that. Thanks for the tip, Skylar. Not at all. I just wish I could have been more helpful. Hugo was talking up to anyone who would listen. How do you miss all that? Wait, I forgot. It's because you don't listen. Ugh. There's a flea market going on in the auditorium right now. Why didn't anyone tell me about this? This is so up my alley I can hardly cope. She cannot even. And who can? How's everything going in Class 7? It's not like there are going to be a lot of changes made to the Academy curriculum next year after what happened in Crossbell. There'll be even more lessons on the Orbital and new types of weaponry, for one thing. Don't think you don't have to learn about soldats just because you fought some. Yeah, but you can just, like, take a nap. Nothing's gonna change Dorothy or Thomas, is it? Wish they'd be quieter, because it is a library. But I suppose it's time to say goodbye to that beautiful dream. Well, I can let it slide today. Today's a day of celebration, after all. Dorothy and I are here to do a little research for the short story anthology we're working on. The librarian is kind enough to get the anthologies put together by previous graduates out of storage for us. They're also wonderful, too. I hope I'll get to write something this warm and sweet someday. Our predecessor certainly wrote some interesting things, that's for sure. It seems that some of them may have some shared certain affinities of mine, in fact. Oh, my dears, this isn't good. I'm getting so lightheaded that the words are all starting to blur together. Okay. I tried, but I was never able to make it into the ranks of the high achievers in our tests this year. I suppose I shouldn't be surprised at the amount of smart people in Class 1 and 7, though. Never say never, though, right? It's always next year. If I study hard now, I can do it. I know I can. Nerd! What's going on over here? Nothing quest-wise, but... It's almost time for the spring races to begin over in Heimdall. Crow and I always used to bet on what order the horses were gonna come in. I need to stop dwelling on him, damn it. What good's getting all down gonna do? A whole lot of nothing. Students here are all like my children to me. Upper class or lower class, first year or second year. None of that makes any difference. Hard to believe this is the finally free day of the year. I'll have to treat you to something, a nice little something, won't I? Please. You're sure you want to come with me on my journey to improve my skills? I thought you were gonna join the Imperial Army. What happened? You said like I just volunteered. You did invite me. You're right about me wanting to join the army, but it's not like I've got some big fancy reason. Just want to. That's not gonna cut it. How am I supposed to set an example if I joined for such a half-hearted reason? Figure if I'm with you, I can find one. Something I can aspire to. Something that'll guide me on my way up the ranks. You've really grown up. Well, looks like you'll be stuck by my side a little longer, my vice captain. Our club's not gonna meet anymore this year after today. Have to say my thanks for all the second years that are graduating for everything they've done. What club? Huh, really, that's a shame. Of course, I never joined any club, so I'm gonna just take it easy today too. So real, me. Each year, the graduates leave this academy with a smile on their faces. A lot's changed over the years, but that's one thing that's never been any different no matter how many years go by. I hope none of you will end up becoming the exception. After I graduate, I'll be joining the Computer and Network Technology Division of the Imperial Army. Sure, the Chancellor's Intelligence Division is more famous for handling information, but I wanted a different angle on things. Yeah, that sounds exhausting to be there, so I think it's a good career path that'll let me make use of the things I've learned both in this club and at the Institute in Ruhr. One thing's for sure, though. I'm really excited to start working there. Bring on the future. Uh-huh. Huh, haven't seen you in a while. Oh, nothing quite that permanent. It was just on a break. One that was quickly cancelled after my crystal ball showed me an especially interesting reading. Do I even want to ask? Also, I think there's a line that was skipped there? There's like a weird disconnect in the dialogue. I saw something writhing deep within the abyss, and a spiral of fate drawing in even space and time. Oh, the things we have to look forward to. I'm glad she's entertained at least, because nearly everything she tells me flies right over my head. Yeah, for the best. Did you get your little presents I left you at the dorm? A brand new stack of requests. Joking aside, I really do appreciate how you've always helped me with these. It's been a rough year for the both of us, and you've really made it easier on me, so thanks. The feeling's mutual. Well, one way or another, it's nice knowing my last day as president won't be a taxing one. So if there's anything you need from me, just ask. I'd be happy to treat you to some tea a little later, too. Ooh. I assume nothing up here. Come on. Yeah, no. There never is. So that's a required quest thing, so we're not going there yet. Oh, hello. By the way, I'm not Vivi, just Lind. Vivi asked me to take care of the flowers here while she checked out the flea market. This is the girl who'll be in charge of the club from next month on. Really inspires a lot of confidence. No
This
kidding.
spot looks perfect for fishing.
This spot looks perfect for fishing. This spot looks worthless for fishing. Then let's get started. Loser has to buy everyone one of those limited edition puddings. Agreed? Agreed. So don't expect me to hold back. They would spend their time like this. They only make 20 a day, and they're a hot new item for spring, so they won't be easy to buy. That's not my problem, because I'm gonna win. I love that this is, like, clearly, like, a European and fantasy realm kind of deal going on here, right? Like, but they still have stuff like limited edition puddings. I still need a student comment from Michael. You know, Monica's a hardworking first year. I'm sure her comment would be great. Marine told Monica about Michael's new radio show and his request. Me? Give a comment for a radio show? That's fine if you think I'm up for it. I'd be happy to help, or at least try. No pressure, just give me your honest opinion. That's all I need. Well then. The best thing about Trista to me is how it was full of wonderful people. You got second year to inspire you, friends and classmates who are just fun to be around. And even outside the academy, the townsfolk are always there to support me whenever I'm feeling blue. I feel like having all these great people around allowed me to grow into the person I am today. I couldn't be happier that I chose to attend this academy and live in Trista. You and I are in the same boat there. It's been an amazing year. It really has. I can't deny that I'm sad to see Laura leave. But I'll try to make next year even more fruitful than this one. Besides, it'll take more than her leaving the academy to put an end to our friendship like ours anyway. That's for sure. Thanks for your comment, Monica. Hopefully you can actually use it. Excuse me. Those are the only people in the entire building, right? Yeah. Unless... Yeah, I know. Almost as if there's something going on right now. Nay, surely not. No one over here, then. Alright. We move on. Required quest, I don't think so. Gotta love seeing those two compete. I just love the way they push each other. Can't wait to see this whole thing to the end. Whenever those two get like this, I can't help but get flashbacks of me and Emily in our first year. I wish we could stay here to watch over them a while longer, but I'm afraid we never get everything we want. Flashbacks to you two in your first year, huh? Romantic. I think the day would come when their ridiculous training regimen was finally passed on to us. Yeah, but one option, I can't... Words. Yeah, but one option, Elisa. I challenge you to see which one of us can successfully clear it first. I was hoping you'd say that. No holding back, Ferris. Let's go. This is the last day I'll get to spend with the lacrosse club. Better go all out. Your coat's looking just as marvelous as ever today, Whitcomb. And to think, this is just the beginning of our journey to greatness together. You seem even happier than usual today, Lambert. What's going on? Huh, haven't told you the good news yet, have I? Just the other day, Whitcomb and I entered a horse show in Heimdall. Not only did we get to experience the joy of entering, but we were even awarded a prize. Seeing someone else officially recognize Whitcomb's excellency fills me with glee. This is related to this is where we get a horse thing, huh? Wow, that's quite the achievement. Congratulations to both of you. I can't say I'm terribly surprised, though. Whitcomb really is an amazing horse. Why, thank you. I actually took a group photo of all the prize-winning horses. Please take it. I have more. Wow, this is a great picture, and these horses really do like they deserve to win. You know, I could see Mitch loving a photo like this. Maybe I should show it to him. Eustace just up and declared that he was stopping by the bookstore before practice. He didn't even warn us first. What a selfish jerk. Honestly, I don't know how he thinks he'll manage back in Berea Heart if he doesn't start thinking about others. Get his ass. It's a real shame that all of your classmates are leaving us so soon. Their loss is to be felt by everyone here, student and teacher alike. Even though they're only here for a while longer, I hope they make the most of it, that you enjoy your time with them. Yeah, it's sad, isn't it? As you know, free days were originally instated as a means to develop each student's judgment and individuality. Looking at the fine young second-year men and women here as they prepare to step into their adult lives, I'd say they work. That's not to mention the first years ready to fill their shoes. All of you have really grown up. So just keep that in mind nonetheless, your last free day of your first year, Schwarzer. Make the most of the time you have. Come on, Uncle Makarov. We don't get fun events like these every day. You've got to invite Instructor Mary and go. My mint antenna has been picking up on how much closer you two all are getting lately, so don't even try and say you don't wanna. Ugh. How about you don't say that crap right in front of the faculty lounge? Isn't giving me headaches enough, but you really need to pull her into your nonsense too. She's got more than enough on her mind right now without you adding to it. Oh, is that so? I guess you really are looking out for her after all. What can I say to make you leave? Same as ever. Instructor Makarov is out talking to Mint right now. To tell you the truth, I find myself having lunch with him more and more often lately. He's giving me so much advice about teaching. It's just wonderful.
I'm a GNOME, and you've been
gnoming me right now. Hi, Gnolf. Hope you're having a good day. I wonder how he'd react if I told him that I was arranged to be married. Uh-oh. And why, pray tell, are you darkening my doorway today? I most certainly hope that you aren't here to tell me about some recent spot of trouble you've once again caused. Having more than a good day? Hell yeah! I'm being completely honest when I say the thought couldn't have been farther from my mind. Rain told the vice principal that he was collecting comments about what makes Trista great. Is that the case? Radio Trista certainly has improved its lot in life over the past year. I'm afraid it's of no interest to me, however. They're still not getting the ratings they were before the war, but they're on the right path, I think. They've been doing a lot of work to expand their audience, too. Rumor has it they're starting to broadcast in Crossbell. Rian, you scoundrel. You mischievous son of a gun. Did you say Crossbell? All of a sudden, was getting your first gaming PC that you built set up to use? Hell yeah, that's exciting! I just upgraded my PC recently, and I had a little bit of a headache setting it up. But now that I have it, now that all the upgrades are actually functioning and everything, oh, it feels pretty good. Can't lie to you, it feels pretty good. If there's a fraction of a chance that Rishi Amal will hear my voice, I can't let this opportunity pass me by. Comments for a new radio show, you said? I have no love for radio as a medium, but it would be only right for the Academy's vice principal to contribute his opinion. Phew. I'd nearly forgotten how crazy he was for Rishi Mao. Well, Michael wanted to comment from a creature. He is a creature. Wanted to comment from a teacher, and the comment by cajolement is still a comment. I would like nothing more, sir. Listen well, then. What makes the town of Trista great, you ask? Why, you're standing in it. It's nothing short of the presence of the Academy, founded by the famous Emperor Drykos. Care to elaborate on that? I would love to. This Academy is far more important to this nation than you realize. Leave now, Reen, before it's too late. Countless numbers of men and women have passed through these halls of learning and been enriched by the knowledge they offer. Those men and women then go on to form the very backbone of society. Yes, that does include the men of the Imperial family. To borrow the words of our wondrous founder, this Academy is charged with creating the very foundation of our world. This town may be small, but it has the pride and dignity one would expect of such a key part of this great nation. I would postulate that it is the very presence of this Academy that allows it to hold its head so high. Wouldn't you agree? That's actually an incredibly sound argument. Emperor Drykos' words resonate even now, clearly. They certainly do. In fact, that's something I hope you keep in mind as you conduct yourself over the next year. I want you to make sure you use your last year here as fruitfully as possible. Especially with the way your education tends to be punctuated with other work. You have me there. Thank you for your comments, sir. and for your advice. Got the lovely comments now. Sure, Michael's gonna be thrilled. Your first gaming PC ever? Ooh, yeah, that's especially exciting then. Yeah, have fun with it. Hell yeah. It's hard to believe that your class was founded nearly a full year ago. As one of those fortunate enough to witness its genesis, it's been quite the emotional ride to recap this past year. I imagine today is a very special day for all of you, given everything you've been through and what still lies in store. Embrace today. Live it to its fullest. Gonna alert. Okay, yeah, get you some rest, please. Thank you for stopping by. Yeah, knew it. What are you doing here, Warzel? The art club's not meeting today. I'm aware, but there's something I wanted to get off my chest while I still can. Thank you for all you've taught me, Clara. It's been a truly invaluable experience to study art from you and Lynn. Sometimes I feel like this club was made for me. Aren't you a model first year? Not sure what you're thanking me for, though. I just sit here and work on my art. Which is what I'm trying to do now, as it so happens. If you're done with the speeches, hurry up and leave me be. Damn. Brutal. Can I help you with something, Green? Oh, it's nothing major. Mother said there's a second-year student trying to dispose of an unwanted item. Maybe I should ask Clara? Green asked if they had anything unwanted that could be sold at the flea market. Unwanted items? Yeah, sure. You were the one the janitor met? But he said it was this big heavy thing resulting from many hours of club work. Wait, is it? That's right. But I've been working on this year. It's way too big and heavy to take back with me. Go ahead and do whatever you want with it. But you spent ages working on it! Yeah, I'm surprised too. You've always taken such great care with your work. Please, art's value is decided the moment it's finished. There's no point in hoarding all your finished pieces around. Still, it's kind of a shame to just, I don't know, get rid of it. I can see where she's coming from. Hopefully you can find a good home with someone who appreciates its value. It's in the storeroom anyway. Up to it, Warzel. Sure thing. He doesn't even question it. Thank you very much for your contribution. Oh, can it? If you're done, let me get on with my work. I'm trying to concentrate. Sorry about that. And that's two. That should be plenty. I can always try and find more, though. The more stuff I can find, the better. I could get a third? If you're looking for Margarita or Amelia, they just stepped out. Margarita finished cooking something or other and seemed very desperate to have a certain someone sample it. I just hope it all goes well and her cooking conveys her true feelings. I just hope her victim manages to come out of it alive. It's funny hearing him say that, like, when you certainly would have encountered both of them in Trista before getting here. Not that he knows that, but like, there's no time like the present to put things right. With the flea market today, there's gotta be tons of photo ops. And hey, maybe the wind'll help me help me out and, Oh, Rex. Oh? She moved over here. Just gonna treat this like a regular day, huh? If I were you, I'd do something special with your last day together. Oh well. Different strokes for different folks, I guess. Cats included. Don't I know it. Okay. All that leaves are the required places for quests and the flea market. I'm gonna go to the flea market first. See what happens. What you got over here? Just the normal stuff. Okay. Welcome, welcome. Feel free to take a look at any of our wares. And if you happen to catch us in a slower moment, I'd even be happy to let you haggle our prices down a bit, too. Oh. I wonder if it actually... Is that a thing we can actually do? The students really have put a lot of effort into this. Just look at all the things being sold. This is just the kind of event I've been waiting for. It's time to truly unleash my inner shopaholic. But where should I start? I can hardly even decide. Neat. Things are actually pretty lively around here. And where there's life, there's shopping to be done. Maybe I'll even find some useful stuff for when I become a second year. You never know. Running your own store really does feel good. Reconstruction over at Celtic finally finished up a wee bit ago. People have started to open their stores back up at the Grand Market too. Yeah, that's what I heard too. Apparently donations came in from all over the country, even from His Majesty. And not to mention all the other help we got. Kinda think of it enough, really. Really have to take this chance to enjoy ourselves as much as we can, for Alto's sake. Okay. And you got? Some nice new armor I could get. I mean, if there's gonna be a final dungeon... Although... I don't know. Might be nice to have, like, one of each, just in case, but... Believe it or not, we're holding this market of ours for charity. All proceeds will be donated to our company to areas... through our company to areas of the Empire that need help recovering from the war. Does that just make you want to spend all your money? Go on, indulge a little. For charity, man! For charity! Uh-huh. So he says. Everything being sold here was gathered from around Trista. Just take a look around. I'm sure you'll find something that might be useful. Goddamn. I guess this is just how to make it a little easier to get the whole thing, if you miss anything. Just look at all these interesting things. We could have a field day here. Okay. Try to see if any of these stalls are selling the lascivious literature. Purely for artistic reasons, of course. I know that too, BB. Please stop trying to ruin your sister's life. Over in our dorm, all the graduating second years pulled together their unneeded belongings to sell today. I'm betting there has to be a thing or two you'd find pretty handy to have around during your second year. I don't know about that. What you doing up here? I'm tuning the piano right now, but I should be done in just a few. Have you taken the time to explore the flea market yet? Seems pretty nice. Maybe Ellen and I will have to make a date out of it after the performance. Alright, the vast majority of the prep work for this afternoon's concert is in the bag. We're going to be playing a violin concerto, which should really let us shine. Let's give it our all, Elliot. Elliot. You got it! I don't want to have any regrets when it's all said and done. I know no one else does either. Not too long before our concert starts. This will be my last performance ever here at Thor's. So I want to give everyone something they will always think about. see if there's anything up top. No. With that all being said, full set of each, I think. And see who is best suited to them, because it is a direct upgrade for some people. So yeah, Elliot could use the platinum jacket. That seems like the best usage of it. And the crystal dress. The defense drop is honestly pretty worth it for the arts defense you get out of it. Who would want it the most, though? Honestly, just putting it on, Million for defenses, maybe? I don't know, because, like, if you use a dodge tank, but she actually tanks sometimes. So I feel like that's the good option. So yeah, Elliot and Million, maybe? Yeah. Let's do it. Good deal. Already shopped. Got some side quests to turn in. So let's head back to town for that. Brandon. Right. There's potentially one more thing I could get. Right, no doubt, because I didn't go back to Mitch. Almost fucked that up. You again, what do you want? Found something you thought you might be interested in, Mitch. Is this a photo from this year's horse show? Man, nothing but top-tier horses here. Especially these two. If they started racing proper, I think they'd really clean up. Now I've seen them, I can get to know them before they hit the big leagues. There ain't a bet I won't win. Great. Yeah, I didn't think he was gonna like it this much. Fine, you win. Let me see if I got any junk that might go faster at that damn market than it would here. Give me a minute. Your generosity is awe-inspiring. There. Paper mache Mishi. Mishi. Wasn't this from Class 5's event at the Academy Festival? I guess. Don't care. They brought it here. And now it's on my way. So if you want to get rid of it for me, that'd be just great. Just don't bring it back. It's yours now. Then why didn't you just give it to me when I first asked you? Well, who cares? I did what I set out to do. That's the third item. I think I found more than enough stuff by now. Let's get all this stuff to Brandon and see what he has to say. Got a ton of items now. More than enough to make him happy, I'm sure. Better hand him in. So did you manage to scrounge anything up? You bet I did. Oh, how'd you find all these? Every single one of them is rare, too. You put these out and the customers will come running. Nice work. Our stall's really looking up, and it's all because of you. Much obliged. All I really did was walk around talking to people, and I'm an expert at that by this point. But it has been a while since I've done that in Trista. No surprises there. I've done this every single day you've had all year. But even if your free days weren't exactly free, see the bacon of every shop owner in Trista time and time again. So thanks on behalf of everyone. Here, Let me give you some extra stuff today. Don't even try to say no. Yo. These are really nice. I won't say no, but are you sure about all this? With all you've done for me and the people of Trista this past year, you have to say, I'd say you've more than earned it. But we'll work even harder next year. I knew there had to be a catch. Then... obviously the Radio Trista thing, but... okay, yeah, that's the only other thing that I need to turn in before I start doing the required stuff. Not sure why you can't fast travel for there. Like, did they just forget? Well, Hook is back. How'd it go? Give me a bunch of amazing comments? I'd say so. Check them out. Ring gave Michael all the comments. Oh, now that's the stuff. Gonna come up with more perfect comments if I wrote them myself. This show's got success written all over it. Knew you were the right guy to call. Great job, Rain. Wow, I didn't think you'd be this happy about them. You make me blush. Well, one way or another, good luck with the new show. You know I'll be tuning in. Just you wait. This'll be great. It'll make the station a bigger deal than the army. And we'll never have them trying to censor us ever again. Gotta shoot for that 20% audience share with this thing. Well, I appreciate his zeal. Still. This has really made me think. Trista really is a wonderful place. Fist. Slam. Yeah. Hello, Rain Schwarzer speaking. It's Neidhart. You free, Schwarzer? Meet your Neidhart. What a pleasant surprise. Yes, I suppose I'm free right now. How can I help you? Lighten up, Schwarzer. It's not a matter of life and death or anything, but I'm at the Academy on business right now, and I hear you are too. Thought it might be a good time for us, the two of us, to exchange information. Yeah, that does make sense. Where are you now, sir? The faculty lounge. I'll be here for a while yet, so there's no need to rush yourself. Just come speak with me when you have a moment. See you there. We haven't had a chance to speak with him face to face for a while. It's not urgent, but I definitely don't want to let the opportunity slip through my fingers. I guess I should do that before the required stuff. But I'll save them. It's good to see you again, Schwarzer. Likewise, sir. I've been keeping up with your exploits with the army. It's hard not to after all you've done. Harder still not to hear about yours as the Ashen Chevalier. Although I'm sure that feels more like a burden than a source of pride. Well, I chose this path for myself. I have to accept whatever comes with it, whether good or bad. What brings you to the Academy, by the way? Not much. I'm only here to return some documents I forgot I had in my possession. Don't have much time to spare here, but it seemed like a waste not to get the most out of it. Which is why I wanted to see how you were doing. Really? Thank you so much for your concern, then, sir. Schwarzer. There comes a time when your desire to follow your beliefs clashes with the preservation of your own well-being. It leads me to see you're doing better than I anticipated, but... Sir? Look alive, Schwarzer. Show some spirit. Yes, sir. Sorry. Just that your eyes don't have the vitality in them that they once did. Ouch. I suppose I could make the time to lead you in some training. Nothing reignites a man like being pushed to his limits. Of course, this offer includes the rest of the men in your class, too. Why am I getting a sense of deja vu here? All of us, sir? That's what I said. Think of this as my final lesson to you. I don't intend to force you into it either. Just know the offer's on the table if you're interested. Let's get sweaty. Most definitely, sir. Look at that. I see a little bit of fire back in your eyes already. Gather the men and meet me in the gymnasium. Fantastic. It might be starting to get warmer, but nobody in their right mind would call this swimming weather. How did we find ourselves in this situation to begin with? Well, Major Neidhart said he wanted to give us some training. Maybe I should have asked him to clarify what exactly that training was. I don't know. Swimming in this weather might make for effective straining. Straining? Yeah, that too. Unusual, sure, but effective. I'm just wondering what possessed you. I'm just wondering what possessed you to call me for this. Stow the whining, Alvarea. We've got training to do. Start with warm-ups, done in accordance with the Manway method. Lest we forget. So that means we'll be racing one-on-one until we've all raced each other, right? If my memories of exhaustion and pain are to be believed, then yes. Glad to see it made an impression. Schwarzer, you get first pick. Yes, sir. Gotta be. Would you race me first, Gaius? With pleasure. Our competitions never let me down. Don't know if I'll even stand a chance, but I'll definitely try. I'm counting on it. They're like, yeah, we still have the swimming minigame, and we didn't use it in this game, so... Take your positions, then. Begin! E or right click, right, that's it. Doing great, doing so great. Just barely. Phew, that was close. You're a whole lot faster than you were last time we raced, Gaius. What can I say? I owe it all to the Manway method. If you stop talking when you should be training, you'll both be even better. Your race is done. Get back here so the next one can get started. Yes, sir. Right away, sir. Alright, now that you've all raced each other, we can move on to phase 2 of our training. Rest? Me? Oh, you're too kind, instructor, but I don't need it. Not after 4 swim races. We'll just have to try and hang in there. As bad as this is, it's our last chance to do it together. Rain, next time you think torture would be more fun together, don't call me. Ugh. What is Instructor Neidhart thinking? Trying to scrutinize the unfathomable will only tire you out. Skip it up and don't drown. Hold it right there! What are all of you doing here? I could ask you the same thing. How could you all be so heartless, coming here and having fun without inviting us? Deciding to train by yourself without even extending the offer to us? Honestly, I expected better of you. For the record, I was perfectly content to just watch, but they roped me into it. Same here. How you humans can just casually strip off most of your clothes when it's cold outside is truly mind-boggling. Either way, it's no fair hogging the pool. Yeah, we want to swim too! Totally. And that's why we're here to liven up your sad-faced little party by challenging you all to a frolicking team battle. The challenge, huh? Very well, we accept. This battle will consist of 5 races, each matching a man against a woman. Whichever team secures more victories wins. And to raise the stakes, the losing team will have to do whatever the winning team asks of them. Interesting. How does that sound? Sounds like I better start thinking of what I want you guys to do. I take it we don't really get any say in all this, do we? Still. Dios have mercy on whoever gets matched up against Laura and Fee. They'll have one hell of an uphill battle. That's sad. I think we still have a perfectly good chance of winning this. Totally. They're all worthy competitors. Then let's not waste time. Schwarzer, you're up first. Get out there and earn the men's team a glorious victory and inspire the rest. And remember, failure is not an option. Yes, sir. So you're sticking poor Rena out in front, are you? Well, in that case... Now that I think about it, it's been a long... I don't know about this part. I don't know about this. Let's just go with the canon couple and get it over with. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't expect the camera to also just... Wait, what am I thinking? Looks like you're on deck, Elisa. Me? Just let Reen's wandering gaze pick for me. Now show us what you got. Take your positions, and begin! Alright. Normal. I forget that it speeds up, and it fucks me up. I knew I wouldn't quite match up to you, Reen. You become a pretty good swimmer. Thanks. You really made me earn it out there. Okay, that's enough chit-chat for now. We got plenty more races to get through. Get back here so we can start the next one. Right! Right. Alright. One by one, the rest of Reen's team lined up for their races, but in a move so devious they probably should have seen it coming. The girls' team just put Laura and Fee forward for every match. They can do that? As a result, the boys' team was soundly defeated. There's no way that wasn't cheating. Well, technically, no one specified that the same swimmer couldn't race more than once, but come on. Well, if you have a problem, these are totally fair results, then... Whether you want to accept the result or not, a defeat is a defeat. Crying about your opponent not playing by the rules won't save you in a war zone. The swimming pool is no different. It kind of is, but... Oh? Morality is a very personal thing. Everyone has times when they need to stray from the path of righteousness. What one person perceives as an act of cowardice might be a part of another's master plan to defeat them. A strategy employed by Instructor Sarah might seem unreasonable to you, perhaps even cheap. I can certainly understand that. But there's no way of getting around it. Defeat is defeat. She chose the most effective strategy available to her and claimed victory over us. That's the way it is. Well, it's hard to argue with that. I'm surprised to see you, of all people, backing up Instructor Sarah's loophole exploiting strategy, though. So am I. What brought this on? Nothing in particular. I still find myself less than thrilled with your ways, and by extension the practice of the Bracer Guild. But I can't deny that the Guild's existence and its methods will be a vital part of this nation's future. I see. Glad to see you've had a change of heart. I wouldn't go that far. Anyway, let's get this over with. What are your orders? Oh, I'd almost forgotten about that. No, she didn't. Oh, how about we all play tag? That'd be way more fun than some boring old training. I'd almost managed to forget that we'd done that once before. Is that it? I was expecting something far more grueling, like how hours of push-ups while you ate cake in front of us. Don't give them ideas. Hey now! The girls made their choice, and who are we to question it? Yes, it's absolutely true. We must give the winners their due. The desperation is palpable. Well, I guess we can go with that then. There's no harm in making the punishment fun for everyone. Well said. Yay! Okay, I picked Major Nightheart to be it first then. Me? He can't skip out on all the training. In the end, they all chased each other around the pool until no one had any energy left. I thought they were already at that point. As usual, poor, pitiable Reen found himself accused of many scandalous acts as he is... accused of many scandalous acts he certainly had no intention of committing. Great. But eventually, their strange yet surprisingly enjoyable training came to an end. I wasn't expecting to be forced to participate in that horseplay as well. Still, it wasn't a completely unenjoyable change of pace. That's true. Personally, I'm exhausted. Sir, I want to thank you for doing all this for us. And for all the other times, too. There's no need to thank me. Let's see. Take this. It's not much of a parting gift, but I'd like you to have it all the same. Ooh, that is nice. Are you sure? When am I ever not sure? I hope you'll make good use of it. You're like, in case you use all your items in what you thought was the final battle, I'll be returning to the faculty lounge for a while before departing the academy. If you happen to need something, just stop by and speak to me there. I will, sir. I think I need to give my voice a rest, and all we got left is the required quest and the last dungeon, which I think I can manage on a Friday night. Especially considering I'm not streaming on Saturday. So, all that in mind, I'm gonna call it good. And tomorrow we'll do some Calico. I believe I had that set for tomorrow anyway. Double check that. But regardless, thank you for hanging out while I did some more Trails of Cold Steel. We're almost done. God, we're almost done. And we can move on to Trails in the Sky. And then eventually, someday, we'll get back to Trails of Cold Steel. It'll happen. Supposedly. Yeah, tomorrow, Calico. Confirmed. Yeah, let's see who's online so we can raid. As soon as Firefox updates, because apparently this is happening right now. Of course, Wiggly, good to see you. Thank you for hanging out. Okay, twitch.org. Who is real right now? Who exists? Well, Dinner Neutral's still in the just chatting stream. So let's see. Why is they're not about to stop? Doesn't seem like it. Okay. Been a second, so let's go say hi. Very cute VTuber, very cute concept. I'm just having a chill time, which seems like about right as a next place to go after this stream. So yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Have a good night if it's that time for you. Get some rest if you need it. See ya.